played your first exhibition game last weekend. What did you guys learn after you've watched the tape and maybe had a little bit of time to digest that?
We have a long way to go, but no, we were pleasantly surprised, especially by the younger players. The older players just getting back into game shape. It's different than practice and being in the weight room and strength and conditioning type stuff. So basketball shape is always different, and getting those young kids out there and getting them a taste of what's to come.
And you talk about those upperclassmen. Were there any improvements that you guys saw from those upperclassmen coming into practice just about a month ago?
Well, the biggest improvement is just the leadership portion. They've had to come around in a hurry, losing Alex and Nikki and Mia and a couple other seniors is tough. And then when you come into the following year, those people that you've depended on for so long are now gone, and now you have to take that leadership role. So it's been the biggest part of their game that's improved is just the leadership portion.
And the group they're leading is a group of 8 newcomers. 7 of those are freshmen. How has that gone for you guys with that young group?
Well, you take for granted a veteran team and putting stuff in and practice rolling smoothly, and all of a sudden now you got 7, 8 new faces total, and it seems like you're going over every little thing, and practice gets a little bit longer. But I tell you what, they're sponges. They work hard. They provide great energy. So we're pleasantly surprised with what they've brought to the table. And
you kind of touched on it a little bit, but is there any difference between coaching a veteran team like you guys had last year and coaching a young team like you have this year?
Yeah, we tend to move a little bit faster with the veterans. Practice gets a little bit shorter, especially when games start. But we find ourselves giving a little bit more time to the younger kids, especially at the end of practice. And the veterans have to have a little bit more patience with the younger kids. It doesn't flow as smoothly and things doesn't come off as quickly. But like I said, they've done a great job with the leadership portion, and the freshmen, they put their work in.
And then one thing that Coach Washington talked about in our press conference after the game against Lock Haven was that you have a very unselfish team. Mm-hmm. Is that a product of youth and maybe them being a little skittish to take a shot from a veteran, or is that a product of how they play the game?
No, I think they're all pieces that are complementary pieces to each other, and I don't think they're selfish at all. They love the one more. They thrive off team success and not individual success. So that's important, and those are the kind of kids that Coach Washington recruits. We don't recruit selfish kids. We don't recruit any bad kids here, and they're all pretty smart, sometimes too smart for their own good.
One thing that we always notice about you on the bench is that you have a passion for the game, and that passion, I think, sometimes starts with defense. Is that something that you've had your entire basketball career?
Yeah, well, being 5'9", you don't want to get in the paint, and so you got to defend the length of the floor, and it takes a lot of energy and work. But it's something I've always loved. The defense wins championships and all that, and I've taken pride in that defensive end. And Coquise has done a tremendous job of letting me help develop the team defensively. And in the past few years, I think we've made great strides, and we do have a championship level defensive team. So we're trying to get those young kids acclimated to that right now.
And 8 days until you guys open your season, what are you guys going to focus on maybe here in the coming week to get ready for that season opener?
Just all the little things that we haven't covered yet, staggered screens and double high ball screens, and it's just the gamut of stuff that you don't have time to cover in practice or go over, and you kind of got to get in just so the kids have a taste of what's to come. But especially these teams that we're going to see and the older teams that we're going to see, they're going to throw a lot of stuff at us, and we just want to have a base foundation in so the kids can adapt to anything that those opposing teams throw at them.
Great, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.